Hey, I know I said this was gonna come out like the next day, and I am so sorry for that, but here is part 2. Life's been busy, and I underestimated how much work I actually wanted to put into this, which is a lot. So, anyhow, hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Years later, we're brought back to Pandora. Handsome Jack is gone, Hyperion is in ruins, but the galaxy hasn't stopped echoing from his fall. The power vacuum wasn't just corporate, it was everywhere. And in that vacuum rose the Calypso Twins, Troy and Tyrene. So here's the thing about them though. They're cult leaders who livestream their murders. Influencers with a god complex, if you will. And on the surface, they're cringe, but if you look deeper, they're really just another reflection of Jack's obsession with power. Different packaging, same addiction. Anyhow, we kick things off with 4 new Vault Hunters: Amara, Mose, Flack, and Zane. Again, I chose Zane for my original playthrough and the content roadmap playthrough. Mainly because Zane is a mashup of Timothy Lawrence and Gage the Necromancer. See, because like you get this little drone that can fly out and shoot your enemies and have a digistruct of yourself. Marcus sets the stage by telling us another story, and then we get Lilith's voice in our head this time. Right away, we're greeted with Claptrap, who's telling us we need to take on the Children of the Vault. However, he gets kidnapped with a giant magnet. We rescue him, Lilith helps us secure the propaganda center, and soon after we stumble across Vaughn, still alive and somehow still shirtless. We bring him back to Sanctuary, meet up with Ellie, and get our first ride. Since Scooter's death in Tales from the Borderlands, Ellie now runs the Catch a Ride system. We set off to face off against Mouthpiece at the Holy Broadcast Center. After the fight, we recover the vault map, and we set off to get on the ship named Sanctuary 3. When the Calypso Twins show up, they easily beat Lilith, taking her by surprise, and they steal her powers, leaving her broken and pretty much for dead on the ground. From the start, they prove they're not just after attention, they want the vaults, and they'll rip through any and all sirens to get to them. With that, we help Lilith get on the ship, and we set off across the stars. We first head to Promethea. This is where we meet a fan favorite character, Lorelei, and we get to team up with Zero and reconnect with our boy Reese, the now Atlas CEO. Not only are we in the dumps because the Calypsos ran off with Lilith's powers, but they're hunting the vault on Promethea as well. And how are they going about this? By sending Malawan to attack and take over Promethea. With the help of Lorelei and Zero, we find Gigamind and take his Giga Brain. With this brain, we head off to Atlas's base and contact Reese. After that's all said and done, we head off to Athenas to meet up with the one and only Maya. Maya helps us find a vault key fragment, and while searching, we meet Ava, another fanless favorite character, and eventually we come face to face with Captain Tron. Again, I easily take him down, and we find the vault key fragment. We head back to Sanctuary, give Tannis the key, and she starts inspecting it right away. In the meantime, Reese calls us up to let us know that he, along with all of Promethea, is still under attack by a giant Death Star laser coming from an asteroid. I wonder where the fuck that came from. Pause. Hey, for this next part, I don't really have the footage for it. I described it thinking I did have the footage, but I don't, which is crazy because I thought I did. Anyhow, just know that we kill Katagawa Jr., and we go inside the vault, and Maya dies. And that is the saddest death ever. And we mourn. And then they throw a funeral, a mini funeral, and Ava lashes out at Lilith. So, yeah, party foul on my part. Sorry, guys. Set off to Eden 6 to meet up with Sir Hammerlock and Wainwright Jacobs. We save Hammerlock, meet up with him and Wainwright Jacobs, and then the two discuss the matters, and we find out that Hammerlock's sister, Aurelia from the pre-sequel, is working with the Calypso Twins in order to find the hidden vault on Eden 6, which apparently is a myth, but hey, that's just, what am I, anyhow. We make our way to the vault and kill 3 different bosses and go inside to find the treasure. While inside, Tannis gets kidnapped by Pain and Terror, and is located back on Pandora. So, we rush back to the Sanctuary 3, warp over to Pandora to save our favorite neurotypical scientist, and call it a day, right? No. After beating the Blood Show on the road, we find that Tannis has siren powers, and not just any siren powers, but Angel's siren powers. We then go on a mission that gives us more backstory on why and how Handsome Jack became who he was. Again, guys, if Jack wasn't important, we wouldn't be getting any of this stuff about him in this game. Following the rescue of Tannis, we make our way to Roland's Rest and plan our final assault on the COV and the Calypso Twins. I think it's important I mention that the Borderlands have these giant guns on the edge of every map, and it's our job to finally take them out. With the help of Vaughn and Tanis, we achieve this goal. The stakes start to rise and we go to say our final goodbyes to everyone, and I mean everybody on the ship. We, the Vault Hunter, then lead a charge through Devil's Razor and find the Great Vault. We take down the statues that are being pumped with iridium and come face to face with Troy Calypso. With Troy dead, Tyreen becomes more serious about her goals. She takes all the power Troy absorbed and she sets off. We then go out to find the first Vault Hunter, Typhon de Leon. The entire game, Typhon has been like this hidden character that we learn more and more and more about through audio logs and characters talking about him. So the fact that we're on our way to go meet him for the first time, my expectations were super high. He's a bit shorter than I expected. At least on my first playthrough, I was really surprised. Typhon has us undergo so many trials and tribulations just to finally tell us to place all 3 vault keys in their spots so we can make our way inside the vault. The monster inside is not alive or around because him and his late wife had already killed it many moons ago. Also, we find out he's the father of the Calypso Twins. Anyhow, while Tanis is needing protection, Tyreen gets what she finally wants: ultimate power. We have to go through this portal that she opens up, and we end up right where things left off the first time: the vault of the Destroyer. However, this time, Tyreen has become one with the monster. We take her out, but it's too late. See, the whole time we've been doing this latter half of the game, Pandora's moon Elpis has been unstable thanks to the twins. Standing there trying to figure out what to do, Lilith, who's regained her powers after the death of Tyreen, decides the best plan is to fly into Elpis and phase shift it out of orbit, leaving the Firehawk insignia behind. After all of this, I finally played all of the DLCs for Borderlands 3. The ones I do want to touch on here though are Moxie's Heist of the Handsome Jackpot and Psycho Krieg's Fantastic Flustercluck. Both of these DLCs are what I consider the final part of the Handsome puzzle, mainly because every character that has been affected by Jack has some sort of quote, "they're better now" ending/plot wrap-up. In the Handsome Jackpot, we find out our favorite doppelganger, Timothy Lawrence, has been trapped on the casino the whole time. Tim Tom has been trapped here ever since the events of pre-sequel, and once Jack died, he was stuck there forever. Kinda like a last fuck you to everyone. When we arrive, we find the casino in disarray. Tim helps us take down Pretty Boy, and we give the casino over to Moxie. I like this DLC a lot because we get closure on Timothy x Moxie, for all you fanfics writers out there. We get to see how both of them are feeling when it comes to post-death of Handsome Jack. It's beautiful in my opinion. For the other DLC, Psycho Krieg's Fantastic Flustercluck, we're given more closure on where Krieg is, as well as closure on Maya. In one of the last missions though, we're shown how Krieg became, well, Krieg. And it is heartbreaking to find out that it's because of Hyperion experimentation. We're shown his backstory and how much Hyperion had an influence over everything. And with that, Borderlands 3 comes to an end for me. I said at the beginning that Borderlands is nothing without the legacy of Handsome Jack. And what do I mean by that? Well, as we've seen throughout the whole games, Jack was a broken man. In his childhood, his dad died and his mother abandoned him with his abusive grandma. Jack then left one day to work as a Hyperion coder and got married. He had his wife and his daughter as well as a stable job. Sure, he had a verbally abusive boss, but who doesn't have that one coworker/manager that they just want to strangle to death? It's not Jack's fault that one day his precious Angel became a siren. It's because of a bandit trying to steal Angel that causes his wife to get murdered. She dies because Angel is currently in the bandit's grasp, and when Angel is scared, she has her siren powers activate, turning on a turret that shoots her mother and the bandit. This causes Jack to inherit more trauma. Angel's then locked up in the control core and is then used to help Jack further his goals. It also does not help at all that in all of pre-sequel, we're shown Jack getting betrayed one way or another. His fall into Handsome Jack is so rewarding. There's a big reason I consider all of these games to be the legacy of Handsome Jack. Borderlands 1 shows us Pandora without any sort of Hyperion influence. Sure, old Atlas has infiltrated the planet to find the vault, and we have to take them out, but other than that, Pandora is literally an open sandbox. There's not much to do and not many primary foes to take out. And when we beat the game, we're shown a little hint of what is to come with the Hyperion satellite. A perfect post-credit scene, if you will. I also firmly believe you need to play pre-sequel after Borderlands 1. This shows us someone who is a hero, someone who's willing to sacrifice himself to save the innocence of a space station. And again, sure, Jack has done some messed up things in the past, but his motives, we see him trying to save people. This game got a lot of hate, or at least it did when it first came out, because of its new moon mechanics of low gravity and oxygen depletion. But this game is so good. 2K Australia did a fantastic job. I think showing us this slow progression of Jack becoming more villain than hero is done really well, especially if you play all of the side quests to get more lore on everything. He's just a broken man trying to do good. It's also super cool to me that Zarpedon has shown the future. She believes that she can change its outcome and ends up bringing it to life anyways. By the end of the game, the hero that we met on Helios died, and the villain of Pandora rose from the ashes. I don't really blame Jack though. The game shows us the rise of Handsome Jack and how he became the evil CEO of Hyperion. When I played 2, I was excited to see what all the hype was about. And let me just say, it does not disappoint. You've probably heard a million times,
Jack is a great villain because he doesn't let you win. He talks to you all the time and actually achieves his goals.
so I won't repeat that here. But I do agree with all these points. Borderlands 2 expands on the already big world of Pandora from Borderlands 1. With new characters and Claptrap, it's a perfect blend of fun and serious. Unlike Borderlands 1 and pre-sequel, this game shows us a galaxy that's pressed under the thumb of Handsome Jack. Though Pandora is a little less chaotic, it's under a tyrannical control. It's like a caged animal, still able to bite you, but you have to get up close and personal for it to happen. And when Jack dies, it's like the animal is free and happy again. The game also shows us what little control Jack has left in his own personal life. When we kill Angel, he just stops talking to us. And when he does, it's not like he was at the beginning of the game. The man has nothing left to lose, and he says it himself. From that, Tales from the Borderlands is another perfect game that shows us how the Hyperion Corporation is handling the power vacuum that Jack leaves behind. It's pure chaos. It's worse than before. Killing your way up the company ladder is a little harsh, but hey, it's the Borderlands. What do you expect? In this game, we get to see how some of Pandora is handling the freedom from tyranny, and how the Hyperion Corporation is handling its, quote, freedom from tyranny. The fall of the Helios Station, though, is the final nail in the coffin for Hyperion, in my opinion. Any sort of power they had left over Pandora is now fully gone. We're also shown how, even in an AI ghost form, Jack is still Jack. He realizes that even though he's actually dead, and what he is now is an AI, he still is trying to hold on to this power. And then we get to Borderlands 3. This game and its story is not bad. This game shows us how the galaxy has fared in the years after Jack has died. It's really cool to see that each corporation wants all the power for themselves in some way, shape, form, and fashion. And the Calypso Twins are good villains too. Their motivations are great, and overall I think they suffered from the cringe streamers part. Borderlands 3 shows that Jack, while still remembered, has become a distant memory. Will he be in the Pandorian history books? Yeah, but the galaxy has moved on. This game brings us back to a Borderlands 1 type of feel, and the nail in the coffin for Jack himself was Moxxi's heist of the Handsome Jackpot. I think that's part of the reason the game as a whole feels so different. Like it doesn't know what it wants to do at certain points. Guys, I said it earlier, if Jack wasn't important anymore at this point, we wouldn't have gotten any more lore about him in 3. We wouldn't have 3 games dedicated to him as a character. He is the most iconic villain in video game history, and I believe Borderlands pre-sequel, Tales, and 2 would have been nothing without Jack. The Borderlands have a very special place in my heart, and I'm now super excited for Borderlands 4, which I will be playing right now on stream. Twitch.tv/TheNooksby. I'll be doing this until we beat the game. I'll be live every second that I can. Guys, if you haven't played Borderlands 3 or didn't like it when it first came out, I highly recommend doing so now. And if you haven't played Borderlands at all, I highly suggest you do. The looter shooter is amazing, and the story of these 5 games is fantastic. I don't recommend New Tales though, as I couldn't make it past episode 2.
Hey, Papa Girardi! I can smell your space calzones from here!
I could fuck up a calzone right now.
Thanks! I need a new name for them.
Might also need to stop doing that problematic accent.
Yeah, I know.
Miss Johnson, did you get a cyber...
Oh, holy fuck, hold on. What is that? There's a... Fuck this, fuck me. First of all, chat, I'm having a better time falling asleep than I am playing this game. I tried so hard to give it the benefit of a doubt. I tried so hard to be like, okay, maybe it's not that bad. But then it just kept forcing shit down my throat that wasn't funny. That just wasn't funny. There's also a star chart to conquer / quest to do. Fuck me, worst Marcus dialogue. It's just not good. I don't want to play this fucking trash. Why did I even put this on the content roadmap? Why? What was I thinking? Oh my god, we're coming off the cusp of a really good game, and I'm being dumb as fuck and just fucking putting myself in a hole. Thank you all for tuning in, guys. We have 2 more video essays to do before we start the next content roadmap, which will have an official games list revealed soon as well. I'm trying my hardest to get these out to you as soon as possible, but it's one of those things where if I rush this, I won't be happy with it and I'll get burned out. So please bear with me as I continue to learn. And hey, while you're at it, you're now legally obligated to like and subscribe so you never miss an upload from me, Nooksby. Anyhow, that's all from me, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Is Borderlands more than just Handsome Jack? Or do you think he's made this series so far as a whole? Anyhow, I'll see all of you next time. Bye, guys.